Hello, my name is Nate. Welcome to my Fluid Art channel. I'm going to be playing around on a 24 by 24 inch canvas tonight. I'm going to do, a couple weeks ago I did a seascape landscape thing where I poured a ring pour and then swiped it out as with my OXO spatula as the background, or actually as the pour. This time I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to use it as a background. I'm going to call it a swipe coat. So I've got some fun colors here. Since we're coming into fall, I'm kind of missing the fall colors that we used to get at the cottage every year at our family's lake house up in above Toronto in Canada. And I know all of the birch trees are really kind of dropping their golden leaves right now. So I'm going to try and kind of mimic that. I've got some all of these are leftover colors. This is the only one that's by itself, is just Azo Yellow from Amsterdam. I have no idea what's in this. This is a mix of a bunch of different colors, not all greens. I think there was even some orange that went into this. And it's kind of a baby poop green, but I think it's going to work for this, so I'm going to use it. And this is a mix of several different blues and greens, and it's a little bit metallic, so I'm sure there's some gold in there too. I'm going to do a ring pour using those, and I will use a little bit of white also. This is Chroma Acrylic Essentials White. Not a lot, because over top of that background that I'm about to do, I'm going to do some string pulls and try and make these look like birch trees. So that's the idea. If it doesn't look right, maybe I'll yeet pour over top of it. I'm not sure, but I've got this idea in my head and I have to try it. So that's what I'm going to do. So first we're going to layer a couple of cups here. So this canvas is 24 by 24 inches. I need 20 ounces of paint to cover the surface. Each of these is 7 ounces, so 3 of them is 21. I might do another one just because I wanted a little extra as I'm swiping it out. I don't want any dry parts, and I will tilt it out to cover the extras on the sides. So you know what? I'm going to grab another cup and just layer 4 just to be safe. Yep, let's do 4. Okay, there we go. So we're going to start with a little bit of this darkest green in the bottom of each of these. I hope I have enough of that dark green. And I'm going to dirty layer this weird green into it. There's a lot of blending when I do the swipe coat thing, so I'm okay with that. I want it to be a little soft. A little more in that one. And that one. There we go. I don't want it to be all one color. I kind of want it to be a soft kind of transition between the colors. There we go. Use up all of that yellow. Toss in a little bit of white. And then we'll finish it off with that darkest green again. Ooh, running out. So a dirty layered cup means that you're pouring from high enough that it actually pierces the top layer and goes into the cup, mixing and churning a little bit. You can layer a cup any way you want to, but if you dirty layer your cup, you get a lot more blending, and I'm happy with that in this particular case. But once you dirty layer a cup, you can do anything you want to. You can do a ring pour with it, you can do a straight pour, whatever you'd like. So that's going to be my background. And then for my birch trees, these paints are a little bit thicker, and I've got my strings on a 16-inch canvas. I kind of laid them out. I've got 9 strings here. I've got 3 in reserve just in case I want to do a few more. But I'm going to pour Chroma Acrylic Essentials White, Black, and a little bit of sterling silver with pewter mixed into it to give it a little bit more of a darker gray tone. And it has a little bit of a blue tone to it, which I think is really pretty. So these paints are much thicker than the others. I guess I'll have to use this one to show you. These paints are much thicker. This leaves a mound on a mound on a mound. So they will stick to this a lot better. And once I swipe all of this out, it shouldn't move when I do my string pull on it. So let's go ahead and do this now. I can set that to the side and then do my swipe coat. So I'm just going to drizzle this, kind of ribbon pour across all of these here. And get them nice and saturated. I want them to be mostly white with some accents of the black and silver. There we go. Let's go in with the silver first. The silver pewter mix. Use a little stir stick to cover up all of the dry parts. Spread that paint around a little bit. I haven't used a string pull like this in a long time, and I'm not going to do the typical string pull where you pull it down and it looks like flowers. I'm going to actually drag these, the string taut all the way across, and then just kind of slide it. You'll see as I'm doing it. Easier for me to show you than to explain it. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want all of the string covered. And I think it's still mostly white. There's a little bit of string that's uncovered right there. Okay, there we go. So our strings are covered. Let's put down our swipe coat. I'll put on some music for you, and let's have some fun.
No more pain, no more worries. more time for loving you. Oh, they're coming to get me tomorrow. Got no more time for loving you. No more pain, no more worries. I got no more time for loving you. No.
Okay, here's my wet result. I'm really, really happy with this. That swipe coat, oh my God, it turned out exactly as I hoped. Kind of ombre effect, very blended, soft greens and yellows in the background. And then the string pull birch trees, they're beautiful. I'm really happy with that. Let me take you in for some details. So I really love this over here. Look at that. That golden green in the back. Look at that. Super happy with that. I pulled out a couple little twisty little branchlets coming off of the tree. That one gave me trouble. I stuck to just one on all of the other ones because it was a little difficult to get that to stay the shape I wanted it to. But I think these definitely look like birch trees. I'm so glad that I added that silver and pewter in there. It really gave it a great three-tone look to the trees. This one here, a little bit of the green came through in a couple places, but it's abstract, so I'm not too upset about it. It dragged in a little bit here too. I tried to tilt off as much of the base coat as possible so that wouldn't happen. And this one I had to dip twice because the first one, I just did not get my string tight enough that it dragged evenly. So that's okay. It adds a little bit of interest to that bark right there. I think that's very cool, the way it almost has a seam coming down it from top to bottom. So there we go. These are my birch trees. The end of summer, start of fall, kind of gives you a wistful feeling, or it does for me. I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned for the dry result. And here is the mostly dry result. There are a couple of spots that are just a little bit, see those shiny spots right there? Those are still a little bit wet, but it's dry enough that I can hang it up for a few minutes to show you the details. That green dried a little bit darker, but I love how it's lighter in the middle. And that swipe coat in the background, I just love that. I'm gonna find more ways to use that and do that as a backdrop for my other paintings. I really love it. It's beautiful. And the trees came out great. I think this has to be the easiest way to do birch trees. It was like a string swipe instead of a string pull. The larger ones are a little easier to do than the smaller ones, but yeah, I think this was super easy. I think even, first-time beginners should be able to do this. It was really easy and it has a really great effect. I hope everybody tries it. But if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And go make some paint and be fearless.